The history of Doolin, County Clare, Ireland, a gateway to Irish music, maritime mysteries, and the War of Independence. Nestled along the rugged Atlantic coastline, Doolin is a village steeped in charm, renowned for its traditional music, breathtaking landscapes, and a deep connection to Ireland's maritime heritage. Known as the music capital of Ireland, Doolin has long been a haven for musicians, artists, and patriots.
I can hear the whistle play, a tune enticing me away. The spell it weaves I must obey, and lures me down to Doolin.
Significant historic events from 1900 onward: the maritime tragedy of 1902, the loss of the crew aboard the St. John, a cargo ship, remains a poignant tale. Doolin villagers rallied to rescue survivors, showcasing the spirit of community. The War of Independence, 1919 to 1921, played a significant role, serving as a safe haven for Irish volunteers. The village's remote location and tight-knit community made it ideal for coordinating guerrilla operations against British forces. Locals sheltered key figures and hid arms in secret locations like Doolin Cave and the hills surrounding the village. The ambush on the coast. In 1920, a daring ambush near the cliffs of Moher targeted a British patrol. Led by local volunteers, the ambush disrupted enemy communications and bolstered morale for the independence movement. Legend has it that one of the Sweeney sons created false trails near the cliffs to confuse pursuing British patrols, allowing his comrades to escape safely. To avoid capture, locals acted as guides, knowing every hidden path and vantage point. One story recounts how Mary Sweeney, a fearless young woman, led a group of volunteers through dense fog, saving them from an ambush. It also serves as a gateway for hiding goods and people, as well as exploring the iconic cliffs of Moher by sea. Its strategic location played a key role in coastal defense and navigation. The rise of traditional music, 20th century, Doolin became synonymous with Irish traditional music in the mid-1900s, thanks to legendary musicians like Michael Russell and his brothers, Packy and Gussie.
Welcome to my next guest, a man who perhaps more than any other typifies that beautiful and wonderful corner of tradition there in Doolin in County Clare, and a man who more than anybody else also gives to that tradition all his own personal, magical imagination and wit. Please give a warm welcome to Michael Russell. How are you, Michael?
I'm good, Pat, I'm good.
How are things up in Doolin with you?
Great.
You were telling me you were travelling further north there recently.
I was up in County Mayo in a place, very near Clare Morris. So there was a flag hole.
And did you play a lot of music up there?
I did, Pat. I played there was a lorry in the street, you see, so they brought me up to play 2 or 3 tunes. And I was in the start in the night too.
Well, no, I won't delay any longer. You're going to play us a couple of tunes on the tin whistle, aren't you? And there's a story with one of them, I know that much.
I'm going to play 2 tunes, the first 2 jigs. Going near Nash, they call it the southwest wind, and another jig, the little black pig. In Gaelic language, that would be Bonavine Dove.
Fair.
Tourist attractions: the cliffs of Moher, just a stone's throw away. The iconic cliffs of Moher have drawn visitors for centuries. Once a lifeline for volunteers and a secret escape route during the War of Independence, it now offers visitors unparalleled views of the Atlantic Ocean and the cliffs. Donegal Castle, overlooking the village, this 16th-century tower house offers a glimpse into Ireland's medieval past. The castle also featured in local stories during the War of Independence as a lookout point for volunteers. The Doolin music scene, pubs like McGann's, McDermott's, and O'Connor's have become iconic venues where musicians gather nightly to share traditional tunes. The Doolin Cliff Walk. This stunning trail connects Doolin to the cliffs of Moher. The Doolin Cliff Walk, envisioned by Pat Sweeney, begins at O'Connor's pub and ends at the gift shop at the cliffs of Moher.
This is going to be the Cliffs of Moher adventure. Not a walking tour. It's going to be an adventure. Welcome to my office. I suppose I'm living the dream. It's a nice place. I have 2 farms on the trail here. I have my home farm, which is further back near Doolin. And then I have outside farm here, which was my grandfather's farm, coming through the trail here as well. There's 5 generations of my family here. I'm 4th generation. My 3 sons are 5th generation. To farm these lands here, all along the edges of the Cliffs of Moher here, you have to be what I call would be a rare breed. If I look back 20 years ago and I'd say that I was a full-time farmer here, and I would have said I'd be out here 20 years later walking the trail here and giving tours, I would have said you were crazy. But look at, the reason I'm out here on the tours here is because in lots of ways I am crazy, but the nice type of crazy. I'm crazy with pride and passion for my local area where I grew up, that I want to share it. Well, here we are landing now here in Island Sharrock, and you're looking way out down the south side of the cliffs here. And for me, this is the #1 view of the Cliffs of Moher. And they walk up to the edge here and they say, wow, look at this. That's what makes it for me. Because I know that they realise this is something special. I've realised it all my life here, but when they come and they see it, this is a fantastic view here. That's when you know that what we're doing here is something special.
Doolin Cave, home to the Great Stalactite, one of the largest free-hanging stalactites in the world. The cave reveals a geological history that predates human settlement. During the War of Independence, the cave is said to have hidden arms and sheltered volunteers. Doolin Pier, a bustling hub of activity, this pier has been central to trade and travel, offering ferry connections to the Aran Islands. The Aran Islands connection, ferries from Doolin Pier transport visitors to the Aran Islands, where Gaelic culture thrives in its purest form. Notable people: Gussie McMahon, one of the greatest Sean Nos dancers. Maco Russell, 1915 to 1994, a traditional Irish musician, storyteller, and ambassador of Doolin's heritage. His legacy lives on through his music and the annual Maco Russell Festival. The McNamara, Dunleavy and Sweeney families, renowned for their patriotism and courage during the War of Independence, these families' stories are woven into the fabric of Doolin's history. Their connection to Doolin lies in the shared narrative of the region's rugged beauty and historical importance. The Sweeney family. The Sweeney family, equally devoted to the cause, were famous for their resourcefulness. Pat and Mary took their farmhouse and converted it to a bed and breakfast. Pat convinced local farmers to give up a portion of their land for the Doolin Cliff Walk. The Sweeneys hid IRA fugitives by crafting clever diversions. Their actions are commemorated in local songs and tales. Pat Sweeney is the presenter at the Russell Memorial Weekend Ceremony, number 40, at the gravestone of the Russell brothers, the McNamara family. During Ireland's War of Independence, the McNamaras of Doolin were actively involved in supporting the Irish Republican Army, IRA. The family members served as intelligence gatherers, couriers, and, in some cases, active combatants. The McNamaras utilized their knowledge of the rugged Burren landscape to assist IRA units in evading British forces. One notable McNamara from this era was Sean McNamara, who led a local group of volunteers. Sean was instrumental in the planning of ambushes and the disruption of British supply lines. The Black and Tans raided his family home multiple times, but their resilience became legendary in Clare. Jerry and Tony Dunleavy family. A notable figure from the Dunleavy family is Johnny Dunleavy, who passed away on October 31, 1993, at the age of 95. He was a member of the Doolin Company of the Irish Volunteers, indicating his active involvement in Ireland's struggle for independence. The Dunleavy tradition continues to thrive in Doolin, as Jerry Dunleavy and Tony, from Dublin, are both proud descendants now living in the United States and maintain a deep connection to their ancestral roots. Each year, Jerry returns to Doolin with his son, Johnny, to support the renowned Russell Family Festival, celebrating the rich musical heritage of the region. Tony joins them, often with the other children.
How sweet the sound was all around as the dancers took the floor. Oh, those magic nights, long, long ago in Doolin. How sweet the sound was all around as John Dunleavy took the floor. Oh, those magic nights, long, long ago in Doolin.
Thank you all.
To date, Jerry and Tony's efforts have raised millions for pediatric cancer research. These acts of the Dunleavy family have allowed new pediatric cancer treatments to be developed. The Dunleavys blend their community involvement and resilience legacy with a commitment to making a difference in the world. Their story inspires locals and visitors, ensuring that the Dunleavy name remains synonymous with compassion and dedication in Doolin and beyond. Jerry Dunleavy videos Doolin-based events, Doolin music, The Fisherman of Doolin.
This job is the best job in the world, the fine day, and it's the worst job in the world, the bad day. And when things is going right, you'd be happy, and when things is going wrong, you'd be the saddest man in the country. I've been fishing out of the scanner, between Doolin and the scanner, roughly about 35 years. The lobsters are close into the shore, and the crab are out in deeper water. Usually we stay around the edge of the hard ground and maybe out in the clean. They come overnight and they just disappear overnight as well. It's amazing. Do you see that big rock that's there? That's why they call it Hag's Head. You see the snout and the nose and all as well. If a bit of imagination. We're on the wild Atlantic way here, you know, so we lose a lot of days because of weather. Like when you get a big swell there, you can't shove your gear in close, try and get lobsters. For every lobster we land, we throw away about 6, just to keep stocks up, and it really is working all right.
Picture a village where the sound of fiddles and tin whistles spills into the Atlantic breeze, where tales of courage during the War of Independence echo through the hills, and where every stone, path, and pub resonates with the spirit of Ireland. Come to Doolin and let the music, stories, and cliffs whisper the history of Ireland into your soul. Created by Frank Keane, Irish Towns History. frank.keane1@gmail.com.
In the heart of Clare by the Atlantic shore lies a village rich with tales of yore, where fiddles play and tin whistles sing. Doolin spirit makes the soul take wings. From the cliffs so high to the caves below, legends of bravery and music flow. Through the years its story's been told, a haven of beauty, both fierce and bold. Oh, Doolin, where the waves meet the skies, your music and courage will never die. From the cliffs to the castle, the pier to the sea, you whisper the songs of eternity. In 922 the St. John fell, a tragic tale that the villagers tell. Through the storm they fought to save the lives of sailors from a watery grave. In the fight for freedom the hills did hide, the McNamara's and Sweeney side by side. With courage and cunning they stood their ground, in the caves and cliffs where hope was found. Oh, Doolin, where the waves meet the skies, your music and courage will never die. From the cliffs to the castle, the pier to the sea, you whisper the songs of eternity. Off the path where Mary led, through fog and danger the rebels fled. The tunes of Nico still fill the air, a legacy of music beyond compare. These return to honor their kin. With every step they heal from within. From Michael they walk, for lives they raise, millions of hearts touched by their praise. From McGann's to McDermott's the music flows, in every corner Doolin spirit shows. By the cliffs of Moher or the island shore, Doolin's heart beats forevermore. Oh, Doolin, where the waves meet the skies, your music and courage will never die. From the cliffs to the castle, the pier to the sea, you whisper the songs of eternity. So come to Doolin, hear its tune, by the light of the stars or under the moon. Let the stories and songs forever stay in Doolin, where legends are made each day.